Hello everybody, this is Count Armor of VHS, and welcome back to Shogun Total War with episode 5 of our campaign as Clan Hojo, and we are rolling up towards the middle of the map now. Things are getting fairly close to what I'm imagining is going to be a pretty big clash. We've eliminated several factions in the area. The Imagawa are still in existence, but they're on the other end of the island. And otherwise, we've taken out the Uesugi, the Takeda, and we've cleaned the Imagawa out of here, and now that means we only share a border with our allies, the Oda. And we've got, decent numbers here because we were doing a lot of fighting here recently. I'm a little concerned that has the Oda concerned, and they are building up their forces as well. They, however, are still facing some considerable opposition among rebels. We can see here we just had a shinobi in Issa, and there's a pretty substantial force here of decent honors, some weapon upgrades on these units, some warrior monks, some archers, cavalry archers, and quite a lot of buildings here. We've got, what is this, a fortress level? Or are we just at the large castle? I guess we can't quite tell. No, it's a large castle. There we go. But they've got, the Buddhist temple. They've got a sword dojo. They've got a lot of variety that they can train. So a lot of investments going into these rebel settlements, which is great to see, honestly. In medieval Total War, you never see the rebels build up like this. Or at least it's very rare. On the other hand, medieval has tons of wonderful things about it, don't get me wrong. But the rebels in Shogun are unlike anything that I've ever seen. I mean, I know that technically later games would do away with rebels, and you'd have just minor factions, right? So it would be a little more diverse in that sense. But these guys, they did them quite well in this game. If you think of them all as sort of just independent free cities or free states here trying to resist domination by some other clan, they're pretty stout in their resistance. And we just managed to take out one of the rebel nests at Kaga here through a bit of bribery as well as some invasion. So we've got some warrior monks of our own that we bribed away here under Togashi Yamashiro, a 3-star general. And we're working towards a port here in Kaga where we will eventually be able to use that to transfer our troops, wherever we need them. This is an important province for us. It's got a honor bonus for warrior monks trained here, and it comes already equipped with the ability to train warrior monks, in addition to some other useful units. We've got cavalry archers here if we need them, and we've got regular samurai archers as well. We're going to keep most of our cavalry in Shinano province, though, where I am currently building up border forts. This is because I'm seeing a lot of agents in here. I'm seeing a lot of emissaries, but I suspect that means there may be other agents swarming around. So I've got a shinobi of my own here. We've got the faction leader in here, but I think I want to have a little extra security, and these border forts are going to provide that. Okay, so yes, I'm just checking the description of that. So this acts as a shinobi in all neighboring provinces. I believe that simply means you can see into the other provinces, but it acts as a counter spy in the province in which it is built. So this is going to be like having a counter spy here. I don't know if this is going to be better than using my own agents. It's something I'm not sure about. In medieval Total War, border forts were incredibly effective at getting enemy spies and assassins. So I don't know how well the border forts are going to be in this game. We do have quite a few shinobi of our own. They're kind of waiting around here. One thing I noticed, though, just in between the episodes setting up, was that we've got one of these guys who's got some honor. All the rest of them have 0. We don't have any bonuses to the shinobi here. We get a bonus to emissaries trained in Kazusa, but not to shinobi. So this guy picked up his honor by, I think, protecting, capturing some ninja who've been moving into my territory. So we've got that going on. We're moving another agent around here to a Mori-held province of Ki, and we'll be able to see what this gives in terms of a bonus. It's something. It may be another place where you can get a bonus for Ashigaru. I know this is, and I think there's at least one other place, I think here, where Ashigaru get a bonus as well. So there may be 2 places we get a bonus for warrior monks. But Mori have this now, and I'm really gearing up for this game to be me versus the Mori clan. So we'll see. I'd like to preserve my alliance with Oda as long as I can. They're only at war with the rebels, but maybe, hopefully, they'll go to war with Mori, and then we can swoop down on the other side of them and cause some trouble. But to do that, we'll need to have shinobi placed in these provinces with ports. So what I want to do then is just see what those places look like. So we know that border forts can be used to deter enemy agents. So I'm going to drop a emissary into Bizen. This is the closest province with a port. And I'll drop them in here, and I'll see what they have for infrastructure. If it looks clean, in the sense of there being no border forts there, I'll bring in some shinobi. And we've got a bunch of them, so I'm not too concerned, honestly. But, you know, if we lose a few, that'll be okay. So let's hit the end year season. We're going to have some building completions. So we've got the large castle in Kazusa. I guess that's good. Exceptional farmland in Dewa. Exceptional farmland in Mutsu. We're doing great in terms of cash. Yeah, and the Oda are moving out. Omi, Wakasa. And look at all those agents concentrating on our provinces. So this is a poor harvest, but my gosh. I mean, we're just doing so well. I think this is because, you know, I've got my back here to the edge of the map, and there's no sense in investing a ton of money into development. I'm doing farms and stuff in these places because why not, right? But I'm not doing anything else in terms of military or fortresses. So the other thing that I'm realizing is I wonder how helpful that Hojo discount to castles really is. Because if you're not building castles everywhere all the time, then you're not really benefiting from the cost reduction that the Hojo get. On the other hand, for a unit, right, you might build more, you know, archers or Nodachi samurai over the course of a campaign than you build castles. I don't know. But we've got a bunch of Imagawa emissaries. So where are they going? Offering alliance. Let's see. We should not be at war with them anymore. Yeah. So we basically, because we don't share borders, this works like it does in medieval Total War. There's an automatic ceasefire after a while if you don't share borders. So we drove out Imagawa, but now they're probably ready to come back and get some alliance with us, which could be interesting because they're allied with Mori. And now Oda are at war with Mori. Okay. Okay. So the question is, do we want to go... The easy thing would be just to flood Oda's provinces and get our nice 3-province border here. We could get that pretty quickly. We could overwhelm them, and it would be done fast. The danger with that is, yes, look at this. Look at this. We'd be up against a apparently very strong Mori clan. I mean, if they've got the funds to throw around making these massive garrisons in an interior province like Bizen, like this is not a place that is close to a border of theirs. So I don't know what they're thinking. They must be either very rich or broke at this point. And I mean, they don't have that much here in Key. Well, the loyalty here is 137%. That's probably being reduced by our shinobi. They've got border watch towers. These are not the forts. But I may want to move him out of here, just kind of keep him going. But let's see what this is. Yes, this is warrior monks. So there's 2 places that get a warrior monk bonus. Farm income here is 270. The income here is 200. So technically that one is going to be more lucrative. But hey, whatever. We're making good money anyway. Let's see. What else do they have? They don't have Yamato yet. They don't have Issa. Let's see. Omi is held by the Oda. Wakasa is held by the Mori. So they're like right here. Jeez. I need better eyes on this, though. The problem is, if I drop an army right here, obviously this is going to be a huge fight. Now, the forces don't look too threatening, honestly. There's no cav. There's nothing like warrior monks, Nodachi, Naginata. It's just Yari Ashigaru and Yari Samurai with like 1 archer unit. But some of these guys do have weapon upgrades. But they're not, they get no honor. They're not led by any good general. Of course, that could change, like, very quickly. Let's see, what's this? Okay, this is Shimazu. So maybe they're building up because they share a border with Shimazu. I wish there was a port right down here so I could get a landing and not have to worry about being totally surrounded by enemy provinces. Like if I were to land here, which I can't, I wouldn't have to worry about Mori bringing troops from Yamato and Ise. They would only be able to support from Kawachi. And, you know, I'm guessing their ability to support from here is somewhat limited. We'll see what Kawachi looks like next turn. Let's go here. Let's go to Hoki. And let's get our other emissary up in Noto. And we'll move him over here to Bingo, I guess. Move you to Bingo. And since we know that there's no border forts here, let's try an emissary, or a shinobi, rather. We'll see what we can do about keeping eyes in Mori province, and then we'll wait. We're also, yes, we're building border forts here, and I think we just started a swordsmith. This is going to improve the attack of units in Hitachi. I'm going to try to hold off on training more stuff because I want Oda to, you know, not be worried about me. I want Oda to focus on Mori, and then we'll see how they develop that. Let's see, we do have some Cav, or at least Cav capability in Shinano, and pretty soon we'll be able to extend that even further. We've got archers going. Okay, I think we're probably pretty good. We're just going to wait for some of these buildings to finish. Okay, Shinano's got the border forts now. And let's see if we get an alliance offer from Imagawa. Yep, there we go. So this has got to be an alliance. So let's see. If I say yes, the thing that I don't want to do is lose Oda right now, because I really want to get Mori before they get too big. Oda I'm less worried about. So let's say no. I'm not even going to go into the throne room for that. Let's take a look at the diplomacy again. Yeah, they're allied with Mori. So like one thing that would be nice is if we were at war with Mori right now and they were allying with me, I might say yes in the hopes that they would drop their alliance with Mori and stick with me. And then the next turn, if I had to choose between Imagawa and Oda, let's say, they're not at war with them, I could divest myself of Imagawa. Okay, so actually, I could have just allied with them. I guess that was foolish. I could have just taken the alliance and gotten a little bit of extra cash. Well, let's get my emissary worked over there. Let's get one another high honor guy and send him over to the Imagawa clan. We'll get some honor on him anyway. As a result of that. So let's see what we got over here. Hoki, there's nothing. Okay, so they're concentrating here probably because of the border with Shimazu. Okay, there's literally nothing here. We could just steal it. Oh, man. I mean, this is not a great province to take precisely because there's so little here. They do have a small castle, and Bingo is very bland as well. Very little here. Border watchtowers, but no forts again. Okay, so let's keep an emissary moving in this direction, and let's keep an emissary. Yeah, let's move you over here. I think Imagawa are in this area of the map, and you're gonna go. Let's see, you're going into Bizen. Let's bring you down to Harima. So here, this is very interesting. There's a lot of farm upgrades here, or a couple levels. Farm income's pretty high. Population loyalty is now 91%, so there is a chance of a rebellion here. And let's see, are there rebels nearby? Yeah, rebels. That's Mori. That's still rebels. Alright, so I'm going to keep my spy right here. Alright, that's very good. So with the forts completed, or the border forts, I think I'm going to go up to fortress level, and maybe we can see what other types of buildings we can train. I think there's another level of horse stuff that I can do. So let's go ahead and take advantage of our castle construct bonus, and spend 562 koku on the third tier of castle buildings. So far, Oda's holding pretty steady. Have they captured... They captured Omi, and they still don't have Wakashi. Okay. And Kaga's still going with the port. Musashi's working on a port. Hitachi's working on armorer. Yeah, really not too much I want to be working on until this this archery place gets built, the port gets finished up at Kaga, and then we can work on those warrior monks, getting them all nice and taken care of. You, though, I wanted to go back for training in Shinano. And maybe we should assemble like a nice full stack for the daimyo, who is, let's see, how old are you? 50. All right, so he's got some time left. We can take 5 more units. We got a couple units of cav. It might be good to have 2 more. We've got 2 Naginata. We got 5 of the spears. Let's go with another Yari Samurai to make it a sort of an even 6. And let's train a couple units of cavalry. And then I want 2 units of something else, so I guess 2 archers would be about right. Right there. We'll get our 2 horse. We'll have 1, 2, 3. Oh, so we really want another archer, don't we? I don't want to have just 3 archers. Well, let's leave it for now. End the season. Kaga has finished building the port. Fantastic. All right, yeah, I can see what they're doing now. Oh, Oda's going for it. I think they got it. I think they got it because they left Echizen completely undefended. Let's see. They got Wakasa. Awesome. All right, good for them. I don't mind them growing a little bit, taking out some of the Mori for me, taking the edge off. I'm kind of tempted to do this, though. This would be a nice big battle, especially since there's not too much else in the neighborhood, right? Let's keep you going over here. I think I want you to come to Tajima. And Kawachi, oh, so they did something. Now it's 120%. There's been more troops moving through here, I guess. And Harima's looking pretty happy as well. Yeah, I think Bizen. Now, the problem with Bizen is, of course, that it is right next to the Shimazu. And they are an ally of ours. I don't want to provoke them. So as fun as it would be to have a huge battle right here all of a sudden, we might want to do the sneaky thing and go into a better, easier target like Hoki and then work our way down and just kind of like bisect Mori and throw him into confusion. I don't think there's a civil war mechanic in this game, unfortunately, which means that, you know, we're not going to be able to throw them into total disarray. But let's get an emissary over to Bingo again. And we'll just keep going around. Chikuzen, Chikugo, Bungo is in the Shimazu hands. I think there's really not much left of Imagawa. So let's go and find them. Actually, could we drop on an emissary and go to the faction leader? No, we can't. We're going to have to actually find the guy. Okay, so we'll do that. I think, though, it is time to sort of move our forces to where we're going to invade and decide who that invasion force is going to be led by. I think I want it to be the daimyo because at this point he can go out in a blaze of glory. We've got his heir up to 4 ranks, which is maybe where he started, but we've at least kept him there. The daimyo could do one more, you know, epic battle, I guess. And by pulling some forces away from the border with Oda, you know, maybe that'll make him feel a little more comfortable. So we'll get the faction leader. Let's move him up through Echu, actually. Then to Kaga, and then we'll drop somewhere that seems reasonable. Let's get some more shinobi. And Kaga has the port. So what do we want to do now? I guess we could go with another fortress. But let's see. We can't get armorer, but let's go with swordsmith. This is going to give our guys extra attack. So I think that would be good for the warrior monks. All right, Totomi finished a palace. So that's a +1 morale building, and that's for the archers. The idea there was that archers are a pretty low morale unit, so I guess I would shore that up a little bit. Musashi has a port. Hitachi has a swordsmith. Okay, good. And Mori are just moving around. They're not doing anything too crazy. Good news, we are the most advanced. Your level of development is the envy of lesser clans. So this must mean that we've got the most buildings or the most cumulative building upgrades, which is nice and encouraging. Okay, Shinano. Security forces have caught and killed an enemy ninja. So what I want to check is if this guy has any extra honor now. If not, maybe it's the border forts that did it. Yeah, he's still honor 0. So the border forts might be really effective. You know, they're getting the credit for that kill, as it were. So we'll retrain those horse. Okay, so we got our swordsmith over at Hitachi. So maybe we ought to train up a few guys while we're moving our troops. You know, we'll have another season to move him over there, and then he'll be ready to go into Mori lands. And his forces, I think, you know, by the time we combine him with the troops here at Kaga, I think we'll be fine. I don't know that we'll need to do too much. But let's get, actually, we got a ton of Naginata here. What am I saying? Well, you know, we just did the armorer building. Let's train a few more. They're a cool unit, and we've got the cash. And it is autumn, actually, so let's just check and make sure. The harvest is going to come in. How's everybody looking? Very happy. And we are at, I think, punitive still. So we've got this locked down. Sort of an iron fist controlling the northern eastern half of Japan. Okay. And so next up, we could go into Sword Dojo. Let's go with a fortress, because I want to, before we do that, before we go into other units, I want to go build very tall here and see what kind of upgrades we might get. So, more spies. Shinobi over to Hoki. And is this the faction leader? We found him. Imagawa. Wow. Wow. We could go right to Hizen and we could finish these guys, but I think that'll be one of the last things I do, if I need to. So, let's just check the diplomacy again. They're allied with Mori. So I want to get an alliance with them first. Again, I should have accepted their alliance. I thought for some reason they were at war with Oda. And maybe they were for a while, but they got an automatic ceasefire the same way I did with them. And here's a Nodachi unit. We have not seen these guys at all yet. Otherwise, their units are pretty much the same. They do have some warrior monks here. But I think they're broke, right? Like, I think all they have is like these 3 territories, and they're allied with Mori. They're afraid, I think, to go to war with Shimazu, which is probably what they need to do in order to get any kind of economy going. But they don't have any buildings here. I mean, they are doing a lot of farming, but that can't be enough to support all of this. A lot of Yari spears, samurai, some cav. A lot of Ashigaru here. But anyway, they're not our main concern. Oh, here we go. Wow. 5-star faction leader, Mori Motonari. 44 years old. This is probably the guy they started with. Believes in a careful balance between quality and quantity of forces and aggressive campaigning against his enemies. He is untrustworthy as an ally, and his warring nature makes him an unpopular neighbor. Well, he's managed to hold on to a couple of alliances for quite some time, I believe. And he has been warring with Oda and with the rebels, but he's doing fairly well. So, what we do is when we attack, we're going to hope that Imagawa sides with us, right? That Imagawa takes it as an invitation to start expanding again. And I think I want to hit, Hoki. We'll see what it looks like. You know, maybe Bingo rather. But I want to hit sort of close here so I can be ready to swoop down and prevent Oda from getting too much territory. So some of these lands I may not hold, right? I may just use this as a way to march through and find a good stronghold. Maybe I'll go for Bizan, but yeah, again, I don't want to border Shimazu too early. We'll try to get up around here. Maybe I'll go for Yamashiro, get the Emperor's backing, right? Okay, so we're training stuff. We're building here. Totomi, we haven't done any training for a little while. We could go for more archers, but let's see what else we can build now. Swordsmith is extra attack. You know, that might be nice too, because sometimes I do throw my archers into melee. A drill dojo would improve their rallying, which might also be nice. Yeah, let's do that. You know, I don't know if this works at all, but, you know, if we get into a situation where we need to rally a bunch of troops, you know, maybe it'll be handy. Okay, I think that's it. Just see if we are training shinobi, and we are. So let's see if the alliance is a go with Imagawa. Oh, rejected. Okay. All right, I dumped him, so he has to dump me now. Fine. Fine. But look at this harvest. Wow. I just don't feel like we need to be spending that much money when I'm looking at what the enemy is producing, or the soon-to-be enemy. Yeah, Hoki's got nobody. Ugh. Okay, how about this? How about this? I do want to go for Bizan. It's just too nice of a target not to go for it, right? And it feels like the least cheesy way to use this attack mechanic. So I'm going to send both of these forces. I'll probably bring down, let's move some guys around, I guess. Let's move you over to Kaga. Let's move you down from Noto. And I think everything should be happy. But yes, we're gonna go right to Bizan. I don't need to hold it. I just need to get them destroyed, to wreck this big army, and then march east toward Yamashiro. That's going to be the goal for the short term, at least. Now, I am leaving these territories lightly held. I've got my heir here, so I have to be very careful about not losing Hida. And here I should probably train something else. Let's get some archers, and let's queue up some warrior monks here. Here, let's go with another couple Yari cavalry. Couple archers here. And let's queue up a couple of Yari samurai so we have a reasonable force in Hitachi to send wherever we need. All right, and Shinano's still building, right? Yeah. Okay, so I think that's good. Public order is still great. Punitive taxes. Everything's looking fantastic. Oh no, you bastards. You absolute bastards. We'll see how this goes, because I did queue up some units. Now, I think I queued up an archer unit up here, and then a warrior monk. I should have probably done it the other way around. So we're probably going to have to go back to the castle. That stinks. Oda, you jerks. All right, well, reap what you sow, man, because maybe I'm just going to go back after trashing Mori. I'm just going to come straight for you from this end, and then maybe we'll end up with peace with Mori, because I won't share borders with him anymore. So yes, this is going to be a fair fight. Basically, we outnumber them fewer than 100 men. That's not going to be what does it, though. It's not going to come down to, you know, whoever's standing. We're going to win it on the first the first go, right? Now, in medieval Total War, there was a pre-battle screen that got added in one of the patches or the expansion, where you could see exactly what your forces were, exactly what their forces were, assuming you had a spy in the region, and you could arrange your reinforcements. This time, we're not going to get to arrange our reinforcements. We're just going to have whatever we have, and this tells us at least what the total of all of our troops is. We've got our heavy cavalry daimyo here. We've got 180 Cav, we've got 152 warrior monks, we've got a lot of Naginata, more of them than we do of the Yari samurai, but we also have a preponderance of archers, so that should stand us in very good stead indeed. So I just started a needless war with Mori, and Oda just seized on the opportunity. I was gonna try to keep you around till the end of the game, Oda. I was going to keep you around till the end of the game if I could. Okay, do we want to attack in the snow? Yeah. Let's see. Snow is bad for heavily armored troops. I've got some heavily armored troops. Right, so we're gonna wait. We'll go on a fine day. I think we've got better armor than he does. What we can do here, although we can't determine the exact order our reinforcements get placed, we can press this button to select a unit and then swap it out with some other unit. And then we can just kind of click this repeatedly until a unit that we want shows up in place of the unit that we have selected. So we can go through and take a lot of time and decide exactly what we want our lineup to be. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go with this. We got 3 units of Cav plus our general. We've got 3 units of archers. We've got 2 Naginata, we've got 1 Warrior Monk unit, and we've got the rest Yari Sam. That's fine for me. And in fact, I like this setup. I think I'm just going to keep everything exactly the way it is. I like this a lot. So let's Control A, group it all up, and we are going to have to fight, take the fight to them because we're attacking. And they're probably going to be like up on this hill in this really annoying plateau. Let's see. Kind of, but not entirely. It looks like they're set up over there too. So let's go like here. We've got a nice compact position. All those banners, I think, are their units. Yeah, so they're strung out in a long line, whereas we have a much more dense formation. I think that might be a good thing, but they're gonna change it. They're gonna respond. Oh! Wow, okay. Alright. We terrified them. Oh, I was kind of hoping for a nice climactic battle here. We got some pillage out of this. We destroyed 2 facilities. We damaged 1. That's fine. And Kaga has withdrawn. He has withdrawn because that's right. We get some more units over here. Screw you. Treaty canceled. All right. Shimazu has stuck with me. That's awesome. So Mori, we've at least stripped Mori of 1 ally. And Hoki, ooh, caught and killed by enemy security forces. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Do we have Imagawa? I know, that's right, because we were not allied with them. Okay. So we're at war with Oda and Mori now. Now, we don't have Bizen, but I don't want it, I've decided. I'm just going to go through. I'm going to go east, and I'm going to unleash on Oda. Hopefully this will be an invitation to Shimazu, because they could head up here to Bizen. Let's check the throne room and see how they're progressing in their conquest. Yeah. Still haven't taken Tosa yet. So initially, this island starts off completely rebel-held, I believe. And there's some strong rebels here, especially for the early game. And I think Shimazu only has like 3 or 4. They may not have all of these even. So as Shimazu expands, they keep shoving rebels out, right? And they can withdraw and concentrate in Tosa. And this is this tends to be their last holdout. So I guess they just decided they don't want to finish it. But let's see now. They're not allied with Mori. They're not allied with Imagawa either. So they could just attack Mori, or they could attack Imagawa, I guess. We'll have to see. But we do need to move east. We need to start claiming some of this land. So let's do that. Let's arrange our emissaries and such. You know, maybe I'll just keep bothering this guy. I don't know if he's going to allow it because he's already denied us once. But let's keep the emissaries moving. Again, I really wish there were some ports around here. There's a port in Tosa, for crying out loud. Rebels have built a port, but Mori can't get around to it. Okay, we'll go over to Hoki. Let's see. I mean, the other thing is I could go with a ceasefire right now. Bring my troops back to Kaga, or just... Actually... I don't need to cut a swath through Mori. I could just go right for Owari because we've got a port in Bizen. Oh, but I don't have a shinobi here, so I can't do that. Yeah, it's not showing up as a valid target. I can only go back to ports that I already own. I mean, I could do that. I don't think I need to. We're going to invade Harima. And I'm going to actually move my emissary down here. We're not going to go with a ceasefire or anything. I'm going to keep my shinobi where they are currently. And maybe shunt some others over. Let's get one here. Border forts, but no... border watchtowers, but no border forts. And actually, we'll move you down, down. Yamashiro is rebel. Let's just see what it looks like. I want to see the units. And let's go with some, like, alternate between shinobi and emissaries for a little while. I have a feeling some shinobi are about to be assassinated. All right, and what do we have here? No warrior monks yet, but I don't think we need them because if they withdrew from what we had here, they're not going to feel strong enough to attack once we have our warrior monks, right? So I think we're going to be good. The other thing is we might get hit in Hida from Mino, but these borders are not really good for, for making me have to reconsider things, right? Because Mino can only hit Hida, it can't hit Kaga. Echizen can hit both, but Owari can't hit either of those, right? So really, I'm in a better position right now in a way. I think I'll keep the Cav here, and let's actually swap one out for a Yari Samurai. And let's you know, just to make sure this all goes well, let's get some guys, Naginata, up here in Echizen. Let's move some archers from Totomi over to Mikawa. I feel like we could really hit them hard and take this all out, but let's just kind of play it a little slow, and we'll wait until Mori, until we're through Mori, right, before I make my my big move there. Okay, we've got Yari Samurai coming in, Hitachi, Kazuza. So I went with the large castle there. Let's see, is there anything else I can do? We can go for ninja. We could go for a famous tea house for extra good shinobi. Let's just go for a fortress and see what awaits us at some point. We do get shinobi bonuses somewhere, right? I guess we'll see. All right, swordsmith finished in Kaga. Fortress in Shinano. And what are the Imagawa going to do? Right, they're going to take back Bizen. That's fine. Some good generals coming into Harima, but I don't think they're going to stick around to fight. Yes, Mori is retreating there. We've got it. Oh, no! Oh, no! This is not just a peasant revolt. Oh, this is a peasant revolt. What are you doing, though? What are you? Are you Uesugi? Are you back? Oh, my gosh. This is frightening. Okay, Shimotsuki, I didn't look at my happiness for like one turn. And we've got a problem here. Okay, this doesn't look too big. I think we can deal with it. Let's see. Peasant Revolt in Kazuza. Oh my gosh. Shimosa. Uesugi clan. Oh, there are reemergences. Okay, alright. Wow. Takeda, what the heck? What is going on? Oh my gosh. Fanatical Buddhists have led a revolt in this province. This has been caused by the province being recently taken. Incitement by agents of nearby Iko-Iki provinces. A general discontentment with the daimyo's acceptance of Christianity. Enemy shinobi action. That's probably what it is. Damn. Oh, I'm so screwed. Are you pulling the strings, Imagawa? Oh my gosh. What on earth? Let's take... Oh my gosh. Everything was so good. Okay. So, we need to change tax, right? Let's go down to very low, see how things look. Still pretty bad. Wow. Okay, I think we can crush these guys pretty fast, right? I think the first thing we need to do, let's get the daimyo back home. I was going to go for Yamashiro. Now, if we go here... I think we do get a public order boost if we take it. I think that's something I read. There are some advantages to taking Yamashiro. One of them was every troop you produce here is going to be +1 honor. That's everything. But I think the other thing is you get public order bonuses. So this might be kind of nice to get. The only problem with it is I would still be at war with Mori because we would share that border. All right, let's go for Tamba. And they've got, they've got a good general here, but the stuff I'm seeing isn't too terrifying, honestly. So let's go for Tamba. We'll kick them out. Wakasa, what are you? That's Oda. Let's go down and see what they have. Okay, Etchu. So we're gonna have to move everything around here. Wow. Good thing we've got a lot of money saved up, right? I mean, I'm just shocked we have Rebellion in Kazusa. We can't even see what it is. We got 2 shinobi here. We've got, seem pretty safe. Oh gosh, we're gonna have to reconquer Shimosa. All right, I think we can get our emissary trained next year. So we're gonna have to like withdraw. Actually, we better train something, right? Well, too bad. I guess we can't. Can we queue up a unit that we can retreat to the castle? Like Yari Samurai. All right, and we're training stuff here. Let's go for a sort of a mix. Remember how smart I thought I was about like not wasting money on military infrastructure and my nice, safe, happy interior? Oh my gosh, we got 2 full-fledged faction. How did I forget that faction reemergences were a thing in this game? Okay. So, Kaga is feeling pretty happy. We can hold out in Kaga. We're probably going to have to, right? Just keep all these forces here. Noto is looking very bad, despite the presence of a shinobi. So, I mean, I don't know what all this is. We're not Christian, right? Like, I know that's a thing that can happen when your daimyo chooses Christianity as his state religion. You get a big public order problem, and you have to deal with it. You can survive it, but it's an issue. Now, I do see what looks to be a Portuguese ship arriving off the coast of Satsuma. And eventually, they're going to start to arrive at some ports that we own, and then we're going to have a throne room event where we have to decide, what to do with these newcomers. That's not us, though, right? Like, unless there's some bug and we're somehow counted as Christian. Let me take a look. Does it say? Daimyo. It doesn't say anything about him being Christian. So I don't think that's it. We're going to have to reconquer a good chunk of our territory. And it's mostly places where we don't have any troops at all. Here, though, we do have some, but this is a river province, so let's see. Well, we can't see. We have no idea what they have. All right, fair enough. Dewa, let's get some good stuff. Let's get some Yari Samurai. Mutsu can't train anything. Hitachi is. Kazuze, let's get some. We're doing some there. Shimosa, yeah, let's get some archers, actually. Totomi, let's keep going with the archers. Musashi, yes, we need to have some there. And here, let's go back and forth. Cav, let's do like 2 cav for 1 spear. Echigo, we can train archers in. Etchu, we can't. Let's go for more warrior monks. And I think that's everything we can do. So we're moving back in there. And then now we decide, do we want to go and stick any of these armies someplace where we can defend? And now I feel like I can't, because now Oda has decided to attack, because we did a glorious attack of Bizen, which wasn't even fun because they withdrew before we could fight. And we basically got nothing to show for it. Well, we're coming back. All right, so we just have to hold out. That's it. We did, however, finish the fortress here. And so now we could go for a citadel, which might be kind of fun. Let's see. Can we go for more cav? Famous horse dojo. Here we go. We do this. We get an armory. We can get heavy cavalry. So we already have an armory. Let's do this. I want to get heavy cav with Hojo. It seems more fitting because they're slow, heavy, well-armed. Shinano. Okay, so these guys are not going to attack. They're going to attack the province. They're not going to move out of it, though. These guys, similarly, are only going to attack Kai. So I'm going to have to move somebody, I guess, over there. So let's move you over here. Let's move you up here. So they won't hole up in the fort, at least. And then we can come down here and kill the Takeda. With what, though? Alright, so I guess we swap. Alright, so we swap the heir over to Shinano. Now I feel like we've got to be really careful with him. Because, yeah, we can't lose him. Fortunately, again, we're training. We're going to support him. That'll be fine. We're leaving a force here to guard against Mino, which may attack, but may not, because the Oda are at war with the Mori still. Alright, let's just end the season, see what it brings. Drill Dojo's finished in Totomi. Shimotsuke. The place I didn't ever bother to build a castle because I thought, what's the point? Okay, so Harima, they took that back easily enough. Tamba, we took easily enough. We lost Etchu because we had nothing here again. Great. And Suruga is invaded. We are going to retreat to the castle here from these rebels. All we've got is 60 archers. No point in trying to hold out. Alright, Kai. Similarly, retreat to the castle. This is the Takeda, and unfortunately they have appeared in a nice highland province, which will be difficult to take back from them. Okay, Echigo. Similarly here, we're going to go to the castle. Yeah, this is going to be a river province. We're going to have to fight here again to take it back. Alright, retreat to the castle, lost Echigo and Shimosa. This is bandits. Retreat to the castle here. This is going to be a big hit to our income. All of these places lost. At least we kept Musashi for now. Alright. And Kazusa, that's it. There's no military units here, so we can't even hold a fort. And Shimotsuki is just lost. Alright, let's see how things look now. Everything's nice and happy now. I mean, not really. We're at very low taxes everywhere, but we still have some problems, like in Hitachi, Izu, and Noto. Tamba's looking good, though. Tamba's looking very good. I guess we could destroy buildings, right? Yeah, let's do it. Let's just take our rage out against whoever, and we'll hit Oda. You know, I guess one problem with this is it might mean that we introduce a buffer between Mori and Oda, and therefore they don't stay at war, right? They may get a peace agreement going on here pretty soon. Well, we'll just have to see if that happens. And in terms of our income, okay, I think we're still okay, at least for now. But we will have to give this some thought. We can certainly move troops around still from some places to others. We still have shinobi, like here, so I could move a force from Kaga, like right down to Kazusa and take it back. But of course, everything is more complicated now because we are not at peace on our western flank, and we've got two upstart factions right in the middle of our territory. They're fairly small, but it's just enough to be a nightmare because these guys could branch out anywhere. And I don't know if they will stick around and try to take the castle first, or if they will split off some of their forces and move to other places. So we'll have to think about this. I think we're going to leave it on this note, folks. This is a very exciting time in the Hojo campaign. I thought at the beginning of this episode, I thought things were looking a little too easy for us, maybe. Like, you know, we steamrolled. It felt like the beginning. We took out a few factions very quickly, and we were getting, you know, almost a little bored, like thinking, let's pick a fight with a powerful faction just to see what happens. This is what happens, apparently. This is what happens when you neglect to build fortresses and man them in the interior. I do not know why this happened. If any of you have any insights as to what triggers this rebellion, this faction reemergence, please let me know, because as you saw, I was checking the public order, and it was green. Everything was green, even on punitive taxes. So maybe there was maybe that just changes, right? Maybe the AI got just enough shinobi around to cause problems. But this feels like a big uprising, which is cool. Honestly, I love this. This feels like the Hojo got greedy. We expanded too quickly. We started throwing our weight around, and our daimyo got a little arrogant. Our daimyo, Hojo Ujitsuna, thought he could take on the world. And as soon as he's gone, maybe, you know what? Maybe that's it. I bet that's what it is. In medieval Total War, if you take your king and you send him off to some island far away from his homeland, you get big rebellions. You get big public order problems because he's not connected to the rest of Israel. I just shot myself in the foot, is what happened there. I'm realizing that now. I don't know for sure, but I think that's the same mechanic, because it's basically the same engine for these two games. So by sending him by sea to a province far away, I just caused massive discontent, huge peasant uprisings, and the reemergence of two deadly enemies that I thought I had buried years ago. So thank you for joining me. I hope you'll stick around to see how this all unfolds. Hopefully I'll be able to come back, learn from this lesson, and continue the conquest of Japan by the Hojo clan. Check you out next time. Until then, take care.